Hi-ho, it's Marco Cattaneo representing Charles III University with another study aid for the subject ITI 597 and a subject that covers IT service management according to ITIL version 3. Hey, in this topic we're going to discuss baselines as part of continual service improvement. So baselines as part of CSI. Yeah, baselines. Let's look at some definitions first. Of course, like one of my favorite websites, dictionary.com. What do they say about baseline? They say a baseline is a basic standard or level, guideline, to establish a baseline for future studies. It also says a specific value or values that can serve as a comparison or control. Okay, so it comes from dictionary.com. So what does ITIL say about baselines? Well, they say a baseline is a benchmark used as a reference point. So you know where you are right now, and you're going to make some changes and you end up somewhere in the future, and you want to make sure, for example, you've improved something. Baselines, they should be documented, so you can actually refer back to them. They should be recognized as like, hey, this is how we work, this is one of our standards. And of course they must be accepted by the organization, by the users and by IT. And baselines should be established at all levels. At strategic goals and objectives level, at a tactical process maturity level, and at like an operational metrics and KPIs level. So at operational, tactical and strategic levels, we need to establish our baselines, we need to establish our standards. Yeah, the IT service management baseline. Actually, like 3 types of baselines, and here we're looking at the IT service management baseline. It says here an IT service management baseline can be used as a starting point to measure the effect of a service improvement plan, a SIP. You're looking at like I think it's called a radar chart officially. I call it a spidergram because it looks like a spider web. Hey, if you look at the request fulfillment, for example, request fulfillment at the current baseline maturity level, that's where we start to measure, is like level 2. So maturity level 2. And now we want to make some improvements and we want to move towards like our target maturity level 3. So our baseline gives us a starting point we can measure against. And that's the purpose here of using an IT service management baseline. And here we're looking at like the second type of baseline, the performance baseline. A performance baseline, it can be used to measure changes in performance over the lifetime of an IT service. Again, I'm using the same colors like blue and red, where like blue is like this is what I expect, this is the performance I expect. For example, this is like the response time or the transaction processing time I expect from this application. And the red ones, the red dots are like the actual measured values. So we can see like in the first probably 12 months we're okay, but especially in like May and June like 2009, we're actually like not performing properly anymore. We seem to like, we're measuring, for example, response times that are like higher than what we expect. And then we can start to take action. So it tells us very quickly, this diagram tells us very quickly how well we're doing like performance-wise. And here we've got our third type of like baseline, the so-called configuration management baseline. It's probably like the one that's most commonly known and used in organizations. It says here a configuration management baseline can be used to enable the IT infrastructure to be restored to a known configuration. If you want to read state or status, feel free. If a change or release fails. The example I'm giving here, like we've got a workstation, it's running like Windows XP Service Pack 2. We're rolling out like a new Service Pack 3. We've got some issues. We can refer back to our standard that uses like Service Pack 2. So we actually like we end up like in a controlled environment. Chew, Muskie. Practice what you preach. It's of course all about like understanding the concept of working with baselines. Hey, see what type of baselines, IT service management baselines, performance baselines, and configuration management baselines you use within your own organization. And some of your standards, they may be labeled as an SOE, a COE, or an MOE, a standard operating environment. a common operating environment, or a managed operating environment. Also think about like this question, like what do baselines and cultural traditions have in common, or seem to have in common? Hey, have fun with it, okay?
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
Not a sample question. Hey, which one of the following statements is incorrect, considering the concept of using and working with baselines? Answer A. Baselines should be accepted by the organization. Answer B. Baselines must be established at the operational level only. Answer C. Baselines should be documented so the organization is able to refer back to them. And answer D. Baselines provide a means to measure the improvements made. I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about the answer and then we'll move on. Okay, so what's the answer? The answer is answer B. Because baselines, they should be established at all levels, at operational, tactical, but also at strategic levels. Yeah, next topic. We're going to look at like the 3 types of metrics as explained in the volume Continual Service Improvement. Hey, until then, live long and prosper, nano nano, and as always, I'll be back.